And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Flee. Now this game is from Friedemann Friesse, and it's in his new Fast Forward series. That means when you get this deck of cards, this deck is in a very specific order. It is numbered. You play through that. You don't have rules for this game other than the rules that show up on the cards. So you play through it, you learn how the game works as you play it. This is a cooperative game. It is for 1 to 4 players. It stars the characters from Alice in Wonderland who are running from some big monster. It's just called the monster. And you need to escape that monster to win this game. It's a game that you can play over and over and over again. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how the game plays. I'm going to show you the first 10, 15 cards of the deck so that you kind of get an idea. If you don't want to be spoiled about any part of the game, then just jump to the end. But this gives you an idea without showing you most of what's in the game. Here we go. So as I said, this game comes with this deck of cards here. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to show you a little bit about how the game plays. So at the beginning, you start reading some general rules that tell you that this game is a cooperative game. And essentially, it's going to bring out 4 characters. Here we have the Mad Hatter, who at the beginning of the game, he starts as the 4th character, and he also starts with the monster. The game says that if you have the monster at the beginning of your turn, when you start your turn, that's when everyone loses. So this is one of the cards in his play area. We also have Lewis, who is going to be the first character in turn order. So the Mad Hatter is the 4th character, Lewis is the 1st character, and he has this present here. Tweedledum is the next carrot, who has the future, and Alice is the 3rd character, who has Skip. This current turn order just shows which way that the game is going. And then we start the first chapter. So the way that the game works is you're going to have these cards out there, and on your turn, you're going to pick a card that's in front of you in your play area, put it on the discard pile, and do its action. And then you draw a card from the stack. So Lewis, for example, here says reveal the topmost card of the draw stack. So he'll do that. And this is a new turn order, so he can give this to anyone he wants. So maybe he gives it to Alice. So he gives her the new turn order. He then draws a new card, which is cards to the left. Tweedledum goes next. Tweedledum has the future. It says reveal the next 3 cards of the deck. Place one of them in your play area. Put the other 2 on top in any order. So he plays that. He draws these 3 cards. So he picks to draw 2 cards. He'll play that immediately. Or put one in his play area and put the other 2 on top of the deck. Then it's Alice's turn, so she plays Skip. Why does she play Skip? Because if she didn't play Skip, then the next person to go would be the Mad Hatter, who would have the monster, which would end the game. So she skips the Mad Hatter, so the Mad Hatter doesn't have a turn, and we go now to Lewis. And that's how the game is going to work. You're going to keep playing cards, trying not to let the person who has the monster have a turn. There are going to be cards that let you give the monster to someone else. You can see that I set it up so that when Alice comes, she is going to change the turn order next time it comes, probably, so that it goes the other way. Hopefully by that point, the monster won't be there anymore. If you get to the monster, you are going to lose. You are then going to try to be getting through chapter 1, and there are other things that are going to show up as the game goes by, which I can't really spoil for you, and other surprises, but essentially it's going to be always playing a sort of keep away to get away from that monster. There's really not a lot to talk about here. It is simply a deck of cards. I really do like the artwork on the cards. It has a very Alice in Wonderland feel to it, and that artwork is going to stay, the monster is kind of scary without actually, being like a monster that gives you nightmares and stuff. But that's it. I like the size of the cards. Not much else to tell there. It's a fine little deck of cards. Now this is my least favorite of the Fast Forward series, and I actually thought it would be the one I liked the most. Flee is a cooperative game, and I don't mind cooperative games. It's a very hard cooperative game. I don't mind that, but the problem with this game is many cooperative games, I guess all cooperative games, are essentially a puzzle of sort. This one is a very specific puzzle, especially at the beginning of the game. Before you finish the first chapter, it's called, which is kind of like a training scenario, If you mess up, you put the cards back in order. That means there is one exact way to solve it. That's fine, but it's not fun looking for this. You know, when you play a cooperative game, you might say, well, let's try this time. Let's try this. No, this one, you need those specific things to do. And as the game comes by, it just feels like it's work. That's the biggest problem I have with this game, is it didn't feel fun. I'm like, okay, we need to do this. And you're thinking ahead, okay, I'm going to move this card here. And then when this comes around, you're going to reverse it. Then we're all going to give a card to the left, which allows that card to go to you. And when you play that card, you will skip where the monster is. And then you're going to move the monster over here. But before that happens, reversing it. Which also, by the way, this does say 1 to 4 players. This is a very difficult. I've tried it solo, but I'm sitting there with the 4 characters and saying, okay, the monster will come over here and this goes to here. And it's easier with other people because you're working together and being able to say these things out loud to them. But even then, it just has this kind of, how does things feel? Like I said, the artwork is fine. I like the cutesy artwork. I like the theme. You're all running from the monster. That's fine. Essentially, the game's a big keep away game. Like, I got to stay away from the character who has that monster. I have the monster here, or hot potato, or whatever that you might want to call it. And I think some people are going to enjoy that, but it's very cerebral and it's very much mechanical too. It's the kind of game where you can see the engine. It's not covered up with the theme, and so you can see what's going on. And I feel like that detracts from it a bit. I really wanted to like this style of game, and I do like the Fast Forward series. The other ones, Fear and Fortress, I really do enjoy both of those. And like I said, because this is cooperative, I thought I would like it the most. But again, it's just that feeling of, are you having fun? No, I'm just accomplishing a goal. And because of that, I have to pass on this one. Dice Tower Judgment, run from this one.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!